Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry I'm late. I was speaking to our postman who was delivering some parcels. Apparently, yeah, the conversation went on for about 20 minutes. And today I'm going to have my webcam off again. It started to warm up again. Yay. It's hot again. Right, should we... what needs to be done? Really epoxid. I would quite like to do some Britannia, but... Oh, I've got to wait for that. Also, new texture for the electrolyzer. I've been playing around a little bit with the textures. Just trying new things. Right, so... what do I attempt to do next? Acetone. Okay, so let's get the acetic acid set up, because then I can set up the advanced glue. Also, they're full again. Right, so chemical plant. One of these. What was the casing for that? I thought I requested the casings. 86. Aha, missing frame boxes. Wait, I think that's the tier which I'm going for, isn't it? Casing. Yeah, there's no way that I made the stable titanium. It's very unnecessary, actually. At least for this one. Sticks. 128. Right, so I'm going to leave a gap. Then it's fermentation base. I'm not going to be using barley seeds. I'm going to be using carrots now. Get an EV dehydrator. Dehydrator, 1 chemical reactor. That should be enough. Can't forget the TPV coils. Everything gets TPV coils. So I think this is a 7x7. And that would leave enough space for the dehydrator. Turn off. I can't disable that. Ah, I'm so tempted just to remove that mod. What are you missing? Circuits? Okay, well, for this... ooh, I could use the holo projector. How many of the titanium do I need? 57. Right, and then the pipe casings. Made them tungsten steel. Okay, let's go. Coil is 4. Casing is 1. Machine casing. I think that was 5. And then pipe is 4. What am I missing? The machine casings? Oh. That's reporting incorrectly. Wonderful. One quirky looking chemical reactor. No, chemical plant. One quirky looking chemical plant. So what the IO for this? Yeah, let's just make a reservoir hatch. Reservoir hatch input. Let's do a high voltage one actually. Make sure that this can. You know what? Stocking. Why not? So then this one's acetic acid. That can be a dual interface. And is there anything the compost is used for? Fertilizer? Yeah, I'm just going to avoid that, I think. Actually, I bet I could do auto output, couldn't I? I want you there. Actually, I'm tempted to subnet this now. I've just thought of it. The two things which I want are acetic acid and acetone. If I had it on a subnet... Thunder. If I had it on a subnet, I think that would be better. Let's do green. Oh yeah, my 64 controllers finished. That took a very long time. Quartz fiber, what else? Okay, that makes it easy. The output can be on a storage bus. Two inputs. Oh right, that was gonna be a stocking input bus. I don't know, let's say about there. Oh, hello Quest, and hello Zetro. Yeah, I'm doing okay today. It's a bit hot again, so no webcam. Yeah, how are you two doing? I need mainnet from somewhere. Hey, there should be enough channels. It is usually shirtless. At the moment, I'm not shirtless, but I am sweating. Like, what's the correct word? Is profusely? That word rings a bell? Yeah, that means a lot. Yeah, profusely. That is the correct terminology for it. Oh, I don't have... Okay, I can use the cell then. Am I missing seriously one piece of orange cable? And it keeps on coming. They've removed it 4 times. With the old recipe, that's a mixer recipe and then blast furnace, isn't it? Oop. We have to turn on. I don't suppose... I might just void the other two, because like, it's carbon and water. Yeah, it is a mixed recipe. Is it too boring? Well, for Sussy it is. Yeah, let's do a full-size interface. Then, what was it? Carrots? Is it called an ERF? ERF sounds very weird. Circuit 2. Carrots. Ah. Eh. That's better. That's actually a real thing. Electric resistive furnace. Industrial furnace that uses electrical resistance to create heat. Okay, that would technically be more accurate. Yeah. So it has a heating element, basically, which would be the coils. Okay, that does make sense. And EBFs do have coils. How am I out of refined glue? Oh, this one focus, by the way, so good. Right, I need an energy hatch. Let's go and get some, probably slime balls. Slime ball blocks, congealed slime blocks. Yep, that is empty. All of my refined glue. Do I have a super chest? Or super tank? Yeah. Injection molding. That is a rip to the extruders. I suppose injection molding is more accurate. Especially for plastic. 3 more. Five new plastics. Oh, there are tons of plastics out there. Yeah, I don't blame them adding 5 more new plastics. All right, time for some vibrant. 2 energy hatches. Let's do like 8. What was the Ivy cable again? Ivy was end steeled. Okay, melodic is definitely better for the cable loss. Well, they've added trinium. Ooh, and polonium. Nuclear weapons. Better production for the loot in bandit bases. And thermoplastics. That is cool stuff to add. Alright, where do I want the power to actually go? I guess if I had it on the back here. Something like that. I also love this wand. This amber wand is just so good. Not needing to charge it. Right, well, I guess probably be sensible to run this along a little bit. Get into the center. There's also, actually, there is going to be another... What is that called? It's called... I'm in the wrong room. I think it's an environmentally controlled chemical facility for GTNH. It's basically going to allow like things like the plat line where there's multiple steps in the chemical reactor. It's going to make making them multiple steps kind of in one recipe. That looks cool. This is an IV line, isn't it? I don't want to connect the wrong voltages. Also plan for supersymmetry. I think for GTNH, that would be amazing. Oh, you need distilled water. Oh. Distilled water hatch? Sassy plus GTNH collab confirmed. Does that have to be in the distillation tower? There isn't actually a raised eyebrow. There is the O_O emoji. Oh, I need to make a distillation tower then. Okay, scratch that. I need to make another one. Wait, hold on, hold on. Don't I already have... I do. Super lazy. I already have a distillation tower to do distilled water. I get like 8 more of them. Oh, there is one. Oh, I need to make the plat line at some point. Starting to get through all of the platinum metallic powder. Distilled water then. Okay, them acceleration cards are going to take a little while. Right, we'll see if the farm... I don't think the farm's going to be able to keep up with carrot production. Is that a replacement for the single block miners? I wonder. Still pretty cool though. There isn't any... Well, there's the ender quarry in this. That's the wrong cable. There isn't anything which is earlier than the ender quarry. At least for actually mining like entire chunks. Yeah, that sounds like it would be. Right, 7.5 seconds is not terrible. Areas. Why are you not... Extract blue, insert blue. Why are you unable to extract? Where am I just tweaking? What, in GTNH? Why don't you automatically output? Oh, there isn't anywhere for the acetic acid to go. I reckon that's what it is. It may well be. I think it has changed color. You can't fill buckets. You're fine. Okay, you're not fine, but you are fine. Oh, that's going to take forever for this to re-establish the channel. Can I really not filter it using the cell? Ooh, there you go. Right, how much is a sane amount of acetic acid stock? Well, a relatively sane. Maybe a million? That's what I'm doing for the default. I wonder if there's actually a way that you can change the color. I know that I defaulted the positions. Don't think there is. Well, at least it's not in that configuration screen. Right, so what's the IO for this chemical reactor going to be? ULV input. Actually, let's get an importer. What's fixed? Calcium. Nothing is fine. Okay. I can't remember what color it is for the previous version. Right, let me think. This is up against the wall. Circuit 24. This is going to be filtered specifically for acetone. Right, where... This will be replaced at some point into a multi-block dehydrator. One day, LUV or IV, I think. Actually, when is that? Yeah, it is LUV. Yes, LUV. You suck at it. I'm not the greatest at Java, to be fair. There's always room with improving when programming. What levels are below? What levels are below? That's most everything I know about it. Java is... Yeah, Java is pretty much the only one which I've really been learning. Right, you can't be there. You have to be probably there. So I wonder if that will actually... If I filter that... Okay, it's missing a channel at the moment. Make a mod in another programming language. Oh, that does work. That would be cool. I mean, that sounds very difficult, though. To me, it sounds very difficult. Oh, yeah, right. If I do void excess fluids... Acetic acid... Oh, I need an input. Yeah, I'm sure that it is possible, but... Well, yeah, that's one of the cases. I don't know what programming language Fabric is actually programmed in. I'm unfamiliar with that. Now that one I could definitely see. That one does actually serve a benefit. Right, acetone. Add you here. Filter. Like, yeah, that would be cool. I think probably the issue for that is definitely going to be copyright. I don't think you wouldn't be allowed to make it if you're going to make it really close to Minecraft. You're fine. Right, that is acetone and acetic acid. Don't profit / monetize / charge. I suppose in that respect, that would be. Yeah, you're not allowed to like profit from it. Or if you were going to profit from it, all of the profits need to go to, like, where would that be? Mojang or Microsoft now? That uses so little power, this one. Cool. Let's do the advanced glue. Grab 30 more. Do I do an AND gate? Okay, I'm going to do an AND gate for this chemical reactor. Same thing applies for cross games. Would this actually even work? I'm sure that someone will end up making it. Okay, let's just... Actually, you know what? I can use a screwdriver. Haha. I remembered this with the AND gate. Literally, right. So if I set this one to acetic acid, you turn on if it's above 512 buckets. Emit levels are above. And acetone is less than 1,000 buckets. Made to be as moddable as possible. I'm not familiar with that one. There you go. I think that's... Oh, please don't update. Let me just... Okay, that's fine. Right, that should have proper control. What is it called? Mine test? Oh, it is. I think I have seen this before. And that is primarily written in C++ Quest. I have seen this before. Write their own games and mods. Yeah, so it's completely customizable. Yes. Yep, that's what I've just read. It's all Lua. Right. 2 chemical reactors then. Well, that one's definitely quadruple in. That's quadruple in 2. Outputs. Maintenances. Maintenance I. No, it's definitely maintenances. Well, I can give you one reason why I'm not using open computers, and it's because I can't figure out how to have it to be interrupted. I have made a script for it using ChatGPT. I wouldn't, well, I'm not gonna lie about it. I created a little bit of it. I've just sort of modified it to my needs. Yeah, I made it using ChatGPT, but I can't figure out how to get it so that for the run cycle, if there's a problem, it stops the run cycle. I can't figure that out. Actually, you know what? Yeah, while I'm waiting, I'll show it to everyone. It's in the test world. Waiting for things to craft, so yeah, I'll have a look. Probably easier for me to show you the actual code. Like using, what is that called? Visual Studio. Right, where is that stored? I hope it's in here. Oh yeah, here it is. It does exist. Alright, I think it was called init.lua. Yeah, so at the moment it's currently shut down. I can't actually find. They are stored locally. I wonder if it's stored under local. Here. Oh, it's here. It is here. Home. Init. Well, yeah, that's the part which I couldn't figure out. Let me do that. Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah, I was just editing it actually in here. This is the script which I was using, so it has most of the stuff built in. Like it has all of these actually limit the control. So it runs the fail safe at the beginning of the cycle. If one of the fail safes are incorrect, like main power controllers failed, energy full is what this is checking. So when it's all of them are checked, hopefully we can watch this. It's not on GitHub yet. So this should run for, I think, 53 seconds, which it gives a readout in here. But my main issue with this is if there was, for instance, maintenance, the redstone signal stuck on, and I don't want a delay for if one of these failsafe checks have failed while the reactor's running. I want it to instantly, preferably instant, but at the very least a 1 tick delay to instantly shut off the reactor. Yeah, this is the main problem why I'm not using open computers. Because I can't, because I'm using the sleep function. For this run reactor function, when it sleeps for that specific duration, it gets stuck. So it's basically in a bit of limbo until that cycle has finished and it's out of sleep. Yeah, that's the reason why I haven't swapped to it. But this should run okay. So it should swap to the coolant swap. Then it will run a failsafe check for 2 seconds, and then it will go back to running. I've done tricks with that before. What was that? So I am using... hold on, let me turn it off. I was using... I do have a failsafe function which checks for all of the failsafes. Yeah. I can't figure it out though. I'm probably gonna leave this undeveloped. You could use system ticks to count the time. That's what I also tried with ChatGPT. But yeah, I couldn't figure it out to work. I couldn't figure it out properly. Are you currently waiting on EBFs? Of course, tungsten steel. Everything takes long, including tungsten steel. Hey, do I have enough radon now? And for enough time to satisfy those 45 seconds with a 1 tick OS sleep, and right after that, still in the loop for you to have a failsafe check. Hello, Batman. Well, while it's waiting, it will continuously be checking to see if something failed. I feel like that is how I had it set up before, but it still wasn't working with the interrupt. And I generally don't know enough about Lua. But actually creating it, for the moment, I'm not too interested in finishing it. Oh yeah, let's swap these to use radon. someone made a library for them. Well, yeah, if you got spare time, then it is quite fun, actually, like programming the lure. I ended up spending an entire day trying, like at a weekend, trying to figure it out, but I couldn't. I think that's probably why I'm burnt out from doing it. I don't see a reason not to bump up this buffer since I'm going to be using radon a lot. Okay, that is actually going down. Should get a minor speed boost from using radon. I'm at the Ivy chapter, I think. Early Ivy. Just started here. Vacuum nukes are a long way off. Vacuum nukes are very fun. Yeah, the control circuit, like I said with the open computers, this seems to be able to actually, well, it is able to do the failsafe check while the reactor's on. The drawback for this is it's not checking the failsafes for 2 seconds before the startup. So it might start up and there be an actual issue, but it will eventually turn off, like within 2 seconds, because that's how long it takes for the level emitters to actually update. But apart from that, this works fine, and it has been working 100% fine with the timing for a very long time. So yeah, I'm satisfied with the control circuit for it. That thing, if you're wondering, is about 160,000 EU per tick for vacuum nukes. Maintenance a muffler. I think 3 energy hatches. Yeah, let's make some more vibrant alloy, please. I think for epoxid, oh, I mean, 1, 2, 3. Is epoxid after this point? Some water and hydrogen. I think I should actually have that here. A2 computer already? Yeah, I managed to get the... I did the applied energistics. I did the stab alloy farm to get titanium before going to the moon, because I wanted to try something different. Yeah, at the moment, it's now just a case of automating everything with applied energistics. Oh, this is just... This is actually really nice. I think I've got hydrochloric acid somewhere on this line. No, I do think that I can get epoxy today set up. And then I guess the focus after that, I'd really like to start getting it is Britannia. I want to be getting that set up so that I can actually start getting alpha glass. Blue steel? Blue steel. Don't have to deal with a lot of chests. That is fair. That is the exact reason for me doing it. One of the things which is on the list. Actually, let's add that to the list. I need to rebuild this controller. I have a better design than doing this. That looks awful. Oh, actually, I bet I could use... Wonderful. Holo projector for the win. Or wasn't this... Oh, I guess it's 2. Mixer, chemical reactor, chemical reactor. Yeah, I can do a base tool. It is starting to get pretty big now. Okay, yeah, these two are done. Quadruple input. So I need another one of them. Last one can output back into the ME system. We'll have an advanced glue on passive. That's going to make a lot of difference, actually. Input output. This part of the base, which I'm currently in, by the way, this is the petrochem room. So I'm pretty much just automating all of the plastics, anything which is petrochem related, like even advanced glue. That's going to end up in this room. Since A Classic, that is quite a long time. I can remember the earlier versions of Applied Energistics. I can definitely remember, instead of molecular assemblers, wasn't there like a multi-block which was used? Like all of the patterns. But back then I didn't know what blocking mode actually did. Blue, 2 input buses. I think, yeah, that doesn't need a circuit. Right, so input, output, input. Hear a rumble in the distance. Thank you, Thorncraft. Is that causing thunder? I think that is causing thunder. Right, your acetone and polyvinyl acetate. Oh yeah, let's get, what's that? Acetic acid and acetone. They should be able to come online. I don't think these actually take channels. I really hope they... Okay, well, it does show that they're storing stuff. Yeah, that's getting acetone. Right, let's say polyvinyl acetate. So vinyl acetate, oxygen, titanium tetrachloride. Circuit 2. Come to think about it, I'm gonna need a trash can for one of them. Unless I did... Okay, I'm gonna do an overflow valve then. So that this actually fits. So we'll do that. We'll say overflow at 1. And just overflow everything. Right, oxygen, ethylene, acetic acid. Circuit 4. Once again, that one focus is amazing. That maintenance one focus. Did I already get a machine controller? I didn't. Okay, I'm just gonna... Let's just make 32 of them. How much advanced glue do I think I'll be using? I mean, it's okay. Let's just do 1 million. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. 1 million. Right, that should be this enabled once the channels get established. Cool. And then these two need maintenance. On. That's a lot of vinyl acetate. There you go, 96. Right, advanced glue is on passive. Time for the base tour then. I will just swap this. These two are together, and then this one is going to be also together. Right, so I've got these two wings. This wing is for just a couple of things which I want to have on passive, like the tungsten. Radon production's there, the clean room, which is very messy. You want to see the clean room? This is my clean room. Not the cleanest of clean rooms. Just machines everywhere. And this is sort of auto-crafting single block machines, because there's also a lot of them. Too many of them. Or not enough. Another passive room here. I want to say one of these... I think this is sodium persulfate, and then this one's oxygen production. And then a couple more passive things, like passive stone, which is up to 2. That's up to the threshold. What else do I have? An ender IO room, so that I can auto-craft. It's the dimensional transceivers, because I'm using them instead of ender chests. Actually, they're behind here. so that I can use them for the drilling plants. So then this is nuclear stuff. So breeder reactor, produces sonarium. A pretty decent rate, actually. And then these are the vacuum nukes, which I showed the control circuit. I spent a lot of time designing this. Oh, it's actually running. Yeah, these are the vacuum nukes. Vacuum freezer, IO ports to move items. We might actually be able to watch cycle for this. Yeah, this is basically the running cycle. Wait until that gets a little bit further. What ones are gonna actually be swapped? Them two will be. Yeah, let's just chill out here. So you'll be able to see the full automation for this. See what actually goes on inside the core. Then it should turn back on. So it just turns it off, waits a couple of seconds, then swaps out the coolant cells for fresh ones, then turns it back on. That's the vacuum nuke cycle which I designed. So I've also got all processing in this room. This was really fun building all of this. All processing is brilliant. So this is all using applied energistics. Electrolyzers, thermal centrifuges, ore washers, macerators, multi-smelter blast furnaces. That's the gist of everything here. Yeah, all of the applied energistics for this. I love this room. I'm not sure if this is my best room which I've built, but it's among the best I've ever designed. Then there's just a couple more things. This is like the courtyard area for the base. This is like where I first sort of began things. Soon to be more Britannia automation. Yeah, and that's working fine. What else? This room's currently clear. It used to be the oil process, or no, not oil processing, oil processing. And then that giant thing on the map, that's Thorncraft. Well, Thorncraft and a little bit of witchery in this room. Also a really nice design, which I went for here. Especially for the infusion matrix. I've not played with IC2 reactors since Tekken Classic. I love them. I love the IC2 reactors, and well, after I watched Random Potatoes video with the vacuum nukes, the 100% uptime, I was like, hold on, I've got to play with these. I have to do it. I have to build one of them. So what else? Couple more things. This is EECs. This is a lot of the passive things which you can get, like arsenic, aluminium, cobaltite, loads of gold, ridiculous amount of TNT. Even diamonds. You get diamonds from this. Uranium and titanium, steel, iron, all of the elemental shards, including balance shards, gallium, meteoric iron, coal. There's actually quite a lot of things you can get from mobs in this. Yeah, that is the ECs up here. Yeah, that one produces TNT. And then lastly, this is the crop area. And I decided to do things differently this run. So, what mobs do I have? There's 6. I keep swapping them out because there are other drops, but the main ones, stab alloy, that one's for titanium and uranium. So this death creeper is for the TNT. Rare drop is 2.5% chance for TNT. It's free TNT, so I didn't need passive industrial TNT doing this. The Fallen Knight, this one produces iron and steel from the armor, I discovered that this is actually faster than the infernal mob drops. Actually, if I run this, might be able to catch it. This produces a lot more chainmail and iron tools. Yeah, there you go. 16 chainmail boots. Yeah, that was just free steel. And then vampire pigment, this one's for gold. The gold ingots and gold nuggets. Yeah, it's really good. Red cap, this one's the elemental shards. So all of the Thorncraft shards, including balance shards, gallium, golden apples, both types, diamonds, exquisite diamonds, and flawless diamonds. Gold nuggets, don't really care about them, and coal. So that one's also a really powerful one. And then this one is, well, it's slime blocks, which I quite want. This would be good for a rubber farm, because the purple slime can be centrifuged into rubber pulp, and it's also used for crystalline pink slime. And you also get aluminium from this one. So that's the 6 mobs, which I have. Some really good ones here, especially the one which produces steel. Right, and then this is the crop area, which I spent a fair amount of time here, actually. I wanted to design something a little bit different, and I really am trying to go with a banned IC2 crop run. So I'm not allowed to use IC2 crops. Well, I used to have, it was an all-purpose one, and I've got, like, where are they? Yeah, 64,000 ender pearls. So for the moment, I have loads of ender pearls. Yeah, I'll change one of them to actually ender pearls when I need them. Yeah, coming back to the crops, if you want all 16 dyes, Rainbow Cactus is amazing. Rainbow Cactus produces all of these dyes. And paired with Timewood clocks, they speed up crop growth. It's pretty fast, I'd say, at producing dyes. Ender Farm is also really fast because of Timewood clocks. There's rubber tree saplings and oak saplings. These ones, so this Lazulia, that's lapis. Swede is sugarcane and sugar. What's this one? Gleonia, that one's glowstone, and then the carrots are for the fermentation base. And then this one actually is probably the most special one. Ignoring the noise which it makes. It produces, let's go over here, it's better to see. So it produces endstone, soul sand, netherrack, obsidian, eventually sand, and also infinite nether quartz, if you're interested in that. Because it spawns the nether quartz ore. That one's even more good. The infinite soul sand, if you centrifuge it in a steam centrifuge, it's infinite oil. Sand, coal, and saltpeter. Endstone, if you do the full one, you can get like helium-3 from this. But I'm only really interested in this one. So it's infinite helium, platinum metallic powder, tungstate, and sand. And then obsidian is really nice to have from this. So I don't need a rock breaker, and that does produce a lot of it. So yeah, that's the gist for all of this. I think that's about everything which the base does. It's a big base. Oh, I haven't showed you this room, but this is kind of a work in progress room. This is like the centralized area where I have everything. So yeah. Main access is going to be up here, so all of the terminals. This is so that I can see like the miners and the supercapacitor from actually within this room. Yeah, still a work in progress. And this was just so that I could decoratively use the space-time texture. Because I tried copying the UMV pistons and actually built them as basically supporting beams for this room. Yeah, I think that's the full base. Honestly, nice to have a bit of a break actually and show everyone what I've been up to. There's a lot of stuff here. Right, so let's just do a little bit of planning. I just want to double check. Charcoal byproducts. Right, we'll see if that can actually keep up. I don't think one distillation tower is going to keep up. I could technically do that in... Okay, well... This would definitely fit within one distillation tower. Everything's going to be circuit 1. I want the 1,2-dimethylbenzene. I'm open to try that. Right, I'm going to have a break now, I think. I suppose it doesn't really matter where I log off. I'm pretty much invincible now. Yeah, I'm going to have a break now, everyone. Just wait until the ad break is finished. I will be back in a couple minutes. And now is a good time if anyone wants to have a stretch or grab any drinks or anything. I'm in desperate need of a stretch. Right, I'm back. Do that to make sure that this can actually store everything. Yeah, do I build 2 distillation towers? I think I should. Shouldn't be too bad. Vibrant alloy? So how are these getting power? Right, I'll need a transformer. Preferably one of you. Okay, well I can do... I don't think, because I'm going to be doing charcoal byproducts instead, because I'm not doing this for benzene. I don't think I'm going to need an extra industrial coke oven here. Also, is there any reason for me to stock the charcoal when I have infinite coal? Excuse me. Mini charcoal. I actually don't think there is. But yeah, I would want wood tar, but an extra 2 buckets. Yeah, I'm just gonna avoid it. So what? It's gonna be an input bus. Input output. Distillation tower is going to be 1 input. Four outputs. I reckon 2 interfaces. Or 5. So that's 5 there. 6 there. I also produce an acetone from that. 23, 5. Okay, so that's 6. That's okay. I'm gonna avoid the charcoal. Small piles of charcoal, don't need them. Oh, all of the quests. Right, do the distillation towers need muffler hatches? They don't. So this one needs to be 4 high? Then this one needs to be 6 high. Okay. Input would be these two. Flip. No, that would be it back. Oh, should we? Let's do a stocking input. Do a stocking input bus for that. Cool. Thank you, Talisman of Remedium. So this I'm going to do batch mode, void excess items. And I want this to be on the same subnet as the green one. Okay, that's taking out of mainnet. What, nitrogen? I need to set up passive nitrogen, actually. Should be there. There it is. Grab a couple of P2Ps. Oh, I wonder if I could actually... Huh, let's do a test, shall we? So if I set that... That was weird. Can this actually place them? I mean, it's trying to. Placed 10 blocks. Remove, replace. Oh, that's weird. I know that you can use it to place things, but I don't know how to use it, so yeah. I'll leave that. Is that in the middle? So let's go from there. Transformer. Be fine. Oh, I can't wait until the infinite spray can. Right, that's power set up. Then we need to stock oak logs here. Yeah, there's nitrogen. They're patterns capacity cards. Where are my export buses? Or export cards? Acceleration cards, that's the one. Export lots of that for me. This not set to bidirectional? Yeah. If it becomes an issue, I'll disable it. U plus circuit 4. Cool, so that's, yeah, I think it's a good idea me setting only one distillation tower for this. Or two distillation towers. One to process the charcoal byproducts. Next one to process what that turns into. Okay, so you're circuit 1. Actually, I think they're all circuit 1. P2P in. So I think this... Debating how I want to actually do this. I think I want to use another P2P. So this is going to be the output. Insert. Circuit 1 again. Okay, so let's bind this. Coke oven. Actually, let's do charcoal byproduct. Sure, let's just do that. Then let's do let's say that. Oh wait, this is confusing. That no, this is the one which I need. Oh, byproducts. I need the other P2P to be accessible. You know what? Let's just do CB processing. Oh, that's why. That's an ME one. Okay, I can't tell which is which. Sure. You need to be bound there. Oh. Okay. Right, these two should be bound. Yep, you're full. Not enough item output space. We'll just do void excess items. Void excess items for that one. All right, you need to be a quadruple impact hatch. Oh, that one output. Okay, well, I can filter this then. So you just return. I need to get waterboard. Just return the dimethylbenzene back to the ME system. I'm so close to getting epoxy now. There you go. Wood tar, wood vinegar, wood gas. Yeah, I think everything can be returned. What are the outputs for this? Creosote phenol, toluene benzene, 1,2-dimethylbenzene will be this one. Okay, let's blacklist water because that's unnecessary. Then you whitelist water. Carbon monoxide. Okay, these two I don't really think I need them ones. So let's void these. There you go, 6 seconds. So can it keep up is what I'm interested in. Yeah, I could upgrade that. Let's upgrade it. There you go. I'm hoping that will be able to keep up now. No, don't spray paint that. At least once it processes everything. There should be a couple more fluids showing up there. I actually need do that to make sure there is actually enough space for all of them. Enough fluid output space. They don't contain anything. Five. Yeah, you should. Second one makes the 1,2-dimethylbenzene. Why you know processing wood tar? Hello? Okay, this is weird. It 100% can process wood tar. It only produces 5. That is weird. Well, am I getting phenol? Yeah, I am. So why was it getting stuck? I think that's going to be... I don't think sodium hydroxide is here. I do have sodium. That is mighty confusing. Okay, well, you can process. I know you can process. I think you should be able to come on. 31. Okay, that's... How do I split this up so that it uses less channels? Yeah, okay, you're on. Suppose let's just keep an eye on it. Okay, 3 chemical reactors. Oh, for these input output. That one needs 3 outputs. Okay, the hydrogen. Okay, I can just use an importer for this. Yeah, I only need to make epichlorohydrin and sodium hydroxide. Input, output, input, input again. Two inputs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 outputs. Oh, it's blue over here. Okay, yeah, it can keep up. All I wanted to check. Oh, that's actually, that spray pans out. What are you missing? Just a couple of casings? Okay, well, this one had... That was a bit of everything. Okay, let's just grab all of them. No, it doesn't actually turn it off. Then importer circuit 1. Sodium. Oh, that was around the wrong way. That needs to be on the front. There, that's better. Oh, I guess a reservoir hatch over here. That feels... Where have I made this out of step? That one's correct. I'll put this one. There we go. Do that. Completed. Nice. Oh yeah, let's do the maintenance for all of these. 1, 2, 3. 50, yeah. That produces enough sodium hydroxide, I think. Then epichlorohydrin. I get to do this skipping recipe. So 24. Export sodium hydroxide. Export. Oh, I need capacity cards. Also get some more export cards. Some accelerate. Why do I keep calling them export cards? Acceleration cards. There's something which is using sodium hydroxide in this line. Not being electrolyzed, is it? Oh, it is being... Oh, no, that should be fine. I think this one's just exporting. Right, propene, chlorine, water, and mercury. What am I actually missing? Mercury? I thought I had. Why are all of these? Methane's fine. Fluorine, hydrogen, oxygen. I mean, I know that I have mercury in the ME system. Oxide, mercury, and propene. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I didn't get. I only need one piece. Phenol. That feels very slow at producing phenol. You hear? So I should be able. Actually. Oh, that's cell workbench. That should be okay. I need an anchor. This is like a proper mess. Shouldn't I be doing like the mirror image of this? Like mirroring it? So do an anchor, just smart cables that I can see how many channels. This so that that actually still functions, then if that wouldn't desync me. Dense cable. Mercury, propane. Mercury, propane. All right, once they should come online. Still 31 channels. Hello. It's not exporting. Right, I know that they're in the system. Definitely is online, isn't it? Oh. I need another anchor. Come on, where? Listen. Right, that should be safe. So this should have, yeah, there's still enough channels. And these are set to bidirectional. I'm very confused as to why this can't export. Okay, let's try putting the mercury in the top slot then. Why are you not exporting? Okay, let's move on. Let's set up the outputs. So epichlorohydrin, salt water, hydrogen. These two I want to import. This one I want a storage bus set to extract only. I guess I've never checked how many channels that dense cable has. I still don't know why. Why is mercury not showing up in there? Water and chlorine. See, they're working. Mercury and propane. I still don't understand. See, that one went 4 and then it went offline. Yeah, I don't even think I understood this in my previous playthrough, how these fluid buffers actually work. Okay, well, let's just go and see if there's actually propane and mercury in that last one. No, still nothing. 30 channels. See, I didn't think that these took channels. Okay, they should all be offline now. And there was 31 channels on this line. Does this go down? That would have been good to know a little earlier. Yeah. So they do take up channels. Oh, right. Okay. That's how I had it set up last time. Blue and green. Okay. Hey, I'm remembering things. Let's do a controller. We're going to make that one green. Green covered cables, please. Dual interface plus a storage bus. Interface here, storage bus. So if I set that to bidirectional, you're fine. Okay, you're not fine. I need to get a quartz fiber then. Yeah. Starting to remember how I had things set up previously. Okay, so they do have a limit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That one's got a bonus one there. You're gonna come online? Or do I have to actually have gaps in between them? I think they do generally need to be all online. Oh, okay, that's PTFE. Mercury and propane. Oh, these are the wrong storage buses. Okay, well, either way, I do want to swap all of these so that it uses less channels. They do actually take channels on mainnet. Mercury. Propane. Yeah, that's better. Mercury, propane. Are you going to export? Yes. Finally. Lastly, this one's PTFE. PTFE, PTFE. Right. Do I? Salt water's gone, so is hydrogen. So the salt water should be electrolyzed automatically. Ganger. Oh, please don't fall down there. Monoxide, hydrochloric acid. Where did the salt water go? Okay, well, salt water needs to be in here then. Oh, I don't reckon this is turned on. There we go. Oh, I'm going to lower this, I think. Say 64 buckets. I don't really need a lot of phenol. Yeah, and it's nearly up to methyl acetate. Where do I get methyl acetate from? Wood vinegar, apparently. Lovely. Epichlorohydrin. Oops. You and then this needed 2 outputs. Epichlorohydrin, salt water. Or not epichlorohydrin, molten epoxide. We will just import both of these. Yeah, that'll be okay. Right, acetone, phenol, hydrochloric acid, and epichlorohydrin. Hopefully. Do I have everything? Okay, that's the epichlorohydrin. Acetone? Can I actually add? Okay, acetone's there. Acetic acid is there. I reckon that's going to be full of channels. Okay, let's do a split here then. Yeah, let's just run this down the middle. I thought the hydrochloric acid was on this line. It was used for something. What was the other one? Phenol. Okay, I can add that. Yeah, I'm so close to it being done. Right, that's phenol. I am going to swap this to just make wood tar. Circuit 10. So this needs to be bound to CB return. That one. Turn this one off because it's not needed. Yeah, it's just gonna, I'm gonna target you making, can you not output charcoal there? Okay, I'm gonna leave that. Yeah, I really only want the phenol from this. At least for the moment. I've got the infrastructure so that I can change it. Right, so how was this set up to recycle hydrochloric acid? So you are a storage bus, so anything like an importer, it will by default end up in here. Oh, I need I need sodium hydroxide for this recipe. Yeah, I wonder now. Assets all blocks. What was it? Control Z. Oh, I don't think I can actually use it to set it. You do need to be moved over by one though. You're fine. Actually place everything. I think it missed the coil. Yeah, it did. One TPV coil. There you go. Input, output, storage bus. So this one, hydrogen plus chlorine. Circuit 1. Actually, what am I missing? Vibrant. The energy cables. Right, so close. This is the last machine, and then everything should be able to just start running. There's my doppelganger. Right, and this shouldn't just immediately get electrolyzed. Hopefully. That should just stay full. Yes, you have everything. Right, the end result, epoxid, molten epoxid, keep in stock, 1,000 buckets. 30 minutes into playing with open computers, and boy, is it a pain. At least you got Visual Studio Code working with its maker, but yeah, it is a lot easier. I did the first part of mine actually like within the GUI, but I didn't like it. It doesn't feel like this. I mean, I'd definitely prefer IntelliJ with syntax highlighting. IntelliJ is really good. Right. This was an absolute nightmare to get here. I think I have. IntelliJ like allows you, like, I know that control clicking on like a method, it will take you to its class. So you can look up specific things in it. All right, what was the circuit for this? 24. Please. And finally. I don't know how long this has taken. Like, all week I've been working in this room. Should we do a recap for everything which I've done? This is like insane for my room. So it is things which I've automated here. Polyethylene's one of them. Polyvinyl chloride is another. Polyphenylene sulfide. Polytetrafluoroethylene. Silicone rubber. What else? So I've also done acetic acid here today, as well as acetone. An epoxid. Incredible work. I'm hoping to just leave that and it will actually function properly. I really hope it does. More importantly now, I think it's actually worth... where would that be? The forming press? By the way, these are NE circuits. I'd 100% recommend using these. I've been encoding all of the patterns with them, so I only need to upgrade these specific patterns. I don't need to upgrade all of the machine patterns. Oh. That makes the IV out of the EV. That's weird. Frame nano supercomputer. Oh, that feels good. Being able to actually have epoxid for all this. That has taken a lot of effort though. Yeah, so I remember this being the biggest bottleneck for the whole setup. At least until I get the vacuum furnace. I mean, this is technically... Okay, it is actually LUV for that recipe. For me, that does actually mean that I need to be a LUV tier. Oh, I feel really tired after doing that. It's like I've been spending so much time trying to set this up. Right, what else could I be doing? Well, I can remove this. Epoxid's done. Advanced glue's done. I could have a fiddle around with the controller. Okay, that feels good. Nanoprocessors. I don't want that to interfere. Okay, well, I should be able to do that. Set remove mode, that's fine. Volume set corners. I don't know if I can filter. I don't think I can filter. Not with that. Well, not yet, at least. I'll use world edit. Replace 4 with 0. Okay, so that is one section of this. This monster controller. Actually, I do have something which my math manipulator can do. So I could set there. And if I set all to the controller, I see even that. That's just going to fill it all in with controller. I don't want that. I want to fill in everything which isn't air. Um, set volumes. Cobblestone would be in the middle. No, that doesn't work. Sad. Okay, well either way, let's build the rest of this controller then, or as much as I can. Is that off centered? I've built that in the wrong position. Yeah, I feel like this is a better design. And then it would be up there. The next section. So it's just going to comprise of 8 of these cubes, but they're all going to be linked together. Let me guess. Item storage is full. No, I'm actually shocked. I don't think it is. Oh no, maybe it was. I'll make some more 16Ks. Right, so how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if I start from here, that's 8. Then that can be 8 again. This is why I sort of... Yeah, this is why I prefer this controller over the other one. I can easily categorize everything. And I even could do the ones going into the middle. That's how crazy of a design this is. Well, actually, that would be 12. And that would be 24. I'm tempted to use wireless connectors for this. 12, 20, 24. Do 4 more. If I did that... So that's 8, 12, 24. Someone wouldn't be able to have dents. Seriously, I'm thinking just wireless connectors. If I did that, that will be able to house 12 and then 24, so I can just shuffle things around for this controller. Which, by the way, how many more controllers could I actually make? About 16. Yeah, honestly, this is a nice design, I think. It's going to be a lot more convenient. So I can effectively have 3, I think. 1, 2, 3. Well, I could do 2 for one section for 32 channels. The backbone cable got removed. These are LUV tier. Okay, that's ZPM tier then. I think that chemical reactor. Oh, this is my most favorite machine noise. It's this cutting factory. Okay, at least they're not bound. Hmm. Is there a way that I can get that to work? Okay, I'm thinking like an AE engineer today. That is, I think I just had a terrible idea for something. Yeah. See, these ones in the middle. Oh, this is gonna be just ridiculous. I think I could subnet things here. I think. Oh, I don't... Less, I think that would be a better design. Okay, so I'm going to need to use anchors then. Ooh. Wireless chargers. Heat bees. Right, so if I go... I don't want these to connect to these outside ones, so these are going to be 8. And then this one in the middle is going to be 16. Oh, 16? Not 16. That'll be 24. We're going to get it on all sides. That top one and this bottom one. Enough channels yet? Yeah, anchors on all of these just to make sure that no cables connect. Then I'm thinking... Way's going to look nice. Okay, well maybe I could link these two together. So that middle one is 24 channels. This one's going to be 16, and then this one's going to be 8. Yeah. I think that actually works okay. So then... let's get wireless setup kit. Also grab some more controllers. Two, three. So the 24 and the 8 can be linked together. That's this one. And then that is this one. Oh, what's that going to look like? Yeah, that's good. Hello, Sky. I'm having some fun because I came up with the design of the controller in a test world, and I'm sort of now testing to see what the limits are for this. Now that I can actually make all of the wireless stuff. Yeah, that is 32 P2Ps of 32. So how many channels is that already? 32 times 32, that's 1,024 channels so far. I haven't even... This is only one section. So then these outer ones can be 16s. So I can have 2 of these. Find that there. 1K channels. Well, once this is fully built, this is gonna be insane. So what is that? 24, 32, 48. What are we up to now? 32 times 48. 1,500. Do I build this section too? Waiting now. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna need more P2Ps. This one's also, this is incredibly space efficient compared to the other one. All right, so I need 4 there, 4 there. I'm also making use of spray painting the wireless connectors so they don't connect. Okay, I'm going to actually demolish this one. I know what I need to do to expand this. So I'm not allowed to place any P2Ps, well, not yet at least, on these 2 faces. Or these 3, technically. Well, these 4. One down there. Still waiting for these. It's the bolts which are taking the longest. Okay, I'll tell you what. There should be a much better rate at making them bolts. Honestly, the cleanliness for this Looks a lot more cleaner than whatever I was doing there. That one is just a spaghetti mess. When you play normally, oh yes, it did. Yeah, that's not in. That's it. Not in Nomi Factory. Candles are very fun. As once you understand the basics of them, yeah, it is pretty easy to sort of use them. I mean, one thing I don't actually know if it's taught anywhere in the quest book here, but if you're doing a subnet mainnet situation, which is what I'm doing, you won't be able to send any other subnets through mainnet. They all have to be on the cyan color or the subnet one. So you can only stack things once, effectively. What are you waiting for? Oh, I'm going to be waiting for that. Okay, well, I haven't found any of them. No, I need to wait for the other one to finish. I'm sure this is going to do wonders for the energy consumption the ME system uses. How much do each controller draw? 4 controllers here. 15? Yeah. That's just for the controllers. And occasionally Applied Energistics does that whenever you view using the network tool. I'm not sure why. That enriched uranium, that takes so long. Yeah, I'm just waiting. This is going to be really good, though. I suppose I could start migrating some of the names over. ME Alpha Alpha. Alpha Beta. Alpha Charlie. Oh, I think it's that one. No, it's the other way. Right, that's a whole section. So I'm up to hotel. I think I can fill in the alphabet a couple of times here. India. Juliet. Kilo. Whoa, that's very misspelt. Alpha Lima. Mike. November. Oscar. Papa. I guess the ones on the inside, like, I'm going to leave them unnamed so I can start filling in the ones on the inside. I think I can search for that. So if I search like Alpha Kilo. Go input. Show bound. Okay, that's how you do. That makes searching so much easier if I actually read the sorting tags. So I can actually search specifically for channels. That is going to be great. Was I up to Alpha Papa? Emmy Alpha Quebec. Alpha Romeo. Sierra. Tango. Uniform. Victor. That one was whiskey. You know, I'm actually tempted possibly to change my naming scheme, so I'm not spelling the entire, just use the alphabet. It's like searching. If I wanted to search for, I don't know, AD, I have to type Alpha or ME. I think I could just do Alpha Delta. Whereas if it was just the letter, it would be AB. Although that still does kind of work. I'll keep it. What was I up to? I think I was up to X-ray. Come on, at least it fill in the alphabet once. So ME Alpha Yankee. ME Alpha Zulu. Right, that's the entire alphabet. which is crazy. And I haven't even filled in all of the P2Ps. There's still more. And I'm about to go and install even more there. Oh, I'm finally getting them. How many more do I need? I need 4 in there, 4 there. 8, 16, 24. There you go. So I need 8 more to finish that loop. Or that section. There you go. So now all I need to do is bind this one here. Wait, no. That one here. This one's 16, that goes there. And then this one way in the middle of there is 24. Cool. Everything's online. So do I have enough panels to actually migrate everything over? This is getting its power from... That is a good point. Where is it getting its power from? It is getting it from Cyan. Okay, let's for now... Okay, let's just do that. Should be able to at least turn this on today. Yep. Wait for it. There it is. Lovely. Yeah. Do I have everything? Well, I just really need to rebind everything. I think. Okay. There's not really a nice way to do this. Okay, well, I can disconnect things if I need to. Let's disconnect that and send everything into panic mode because everything's going to shut down. Oh, actually, let's disconnect it from there. Then let's start at ME alpha. I actually searched that. There they are. There's only a couple. Why are you? You're coming in. That's weird. Are there two? I was highlighting somewhere down here. Yep, so this is pretty much all I need to do now. That's search better. I'm still confused by the search engine for this, like how it actually works. Find that to both of these. What was M? Can't remember. Oh, it's Mike. Okay. We are should be completely back. Okay, well I have all of the storage. Just double check. This draws its power from mainnet, so yeah, this is on. Fine, online here, all of this is online. Cool, I think we'll just, we've migrated everything over to the new controller design. Which is rather fancily all wireless. Yep, that is a crazy amount. What is that, like 3,000 plus channels? These sections aren't even finished. I've still got that middle bit to design, which I think is just going to be a wireless connector. Okay, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be 8. That would be 6. 6 plus 8. 14. That would be 15. 16? Oh, that's crazy, actually. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, so that's 16 on that middle bit. So that means that I could have another. That works out really nicely, actually. That's such a better design compared to the old one. Right, I am going to end the stream here. Good enough time. I'm going to have a quick look at a raid. Hope everyone's enjoyed. I'm looking forward to that controller, to be fair now. I'm going to be thinking that over the weekend. Right, anyone playing GTNH? Let's go here. Here for a change. Right, take care everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the weekend.